This news update is brought to you by
It's Tuesday, September 2, 2014, and it's time for the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update. Good evening, I'm Kamar Jordan. We begin with a strong appeal from Prime Minister Freundel Stuart as he addressed the International SITS Conference in Samoa today. The Prime Minister called for a fresh approach to the challenges facing small island developing states. In particular, he raised concern about the plight facing Barbados and other middle-income countries, which he says have been graduated from access to concessionary financing based on their rate of GDP per capita alone.
Proposed mechanisms to address these concerns already exist in the Barbados Program of Action and the Mauritius Strategy. But man cannot live by acronyms and catchphrases alone. The call for implementation, echoed in every speech and indeed specified in paragraphs 96 to 120 of the draft outcome document, is one of the defining features of this conference. We must not, by our inaction, allow SIDS to be seen as a brotherhood of the distressed, the disadvantaged, and the deprived. If we do not actively shape the future, it will impose itself on us in ways that are fundamentally at variance with our collective interests.
Prime Minister Stuart also made a case for greater cooperation between small island developing states, and he says Barbados stands ready to serve as a hub for small island developing states. Well, earlier today, the Prime Minister was among world leaders who signed an historic Sustainable Energy Pact and Climate Resilient Treaty expected to change the lives of over 20 million people living in SIDS. The SIDS Sustainable Energy Mechanism provides for countries to transform their economies dependent on fossil fuels to those driven by low-carbon technologies. Goddard Enterprises is anxiously awaiting a promised meeting with Industry Minister Donville Innes. The local conglomerate wants to urgently discuss its concerns about the future regime for tariffs and duties. As the company marked its 25th anniversary over the weekend, the group chairman, Charles Herbert, warned that Goddard's will not make any new investments in local plant and equipment if the current uncertainty over the taxation system continues. And in an interview with Barbados Today, Mr. Herbert reiterated that the present indecision and delays are crippling Goddard's growth plans.
Goddard is not asking government to increase tariffs or reduce duties. We are asking to remove the uncertainty. There are rumors of them removing tariffs because Subway and Burger King have been campaigning strongly against them. And one month they're saying that they're thinking of doing it, and there are rumors that the tariffs will go to zero. And next week there are rumors that the tariffs will drop from 184 to 100. But the rumors have gone on for rumors and the discussions, because we have had several meetings with Mr. Minister Innes, but they just don't make a decision.
Well, it was a big day for Hendrik Quarles of Quadranton St. Michael as he joined the ranks of the growing number of centenarians on this island. Quarles shared his day with Governor General Sir Elliot Belgriff, who paid the usual courtesy call. He was also hailed during a Thanksgiving service attended by family and friends. His adopted daughter, Pamela Doughton, fondly described him as a man who wore many hats, including Reverend, tailor, and baker.
He was the sort of person who was very loving and very considerate. He always prayed for you. In fact, it started from when he christened me when I was 1.5 years right in this house where we are now. And Christmas, every time I left home, when his head was much better, he would say, God bless you. And he prayed for me throughout my degree. You know, he always was very supportive.
There's regional and international news after this short break. Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.
We cross over to the region now, where fire officers in St. Lucia are refusing to show up for duty. Following a meeting, the fire officers voted to take strike action, complaining that the island's authorities have failed to address their grievances. Fire stations island-wide are being manned by a skeleton staff because of the no-show. One spokesman made it clear that they won't return to work unless the authorities engage them on the way forward.
So they are frustrated, they are tired, and they want answers. They've been asking for the answers, and what they've been told is that there is no fire service association. The association has been deemed null and void. So their question is, who is representing them? What is happening? We're still waiting for an outcome from the results of the Commission of Inquiry. We're still hearing about different things happening, but we don't know exactly what is happening. So persons decided to meet in a location away from a fire station on neutral ground to have some brainstorming, some consultation as to the way forward.
On the international scene, United States authorities are making urgent checks to verify a video released by the Islamic State militant group ISIS today, purporting to show the beheading of a second American journalist, Stephen Sotloff. The video shows a masked man, with Sotloff declaring he's taking action as retribution for recent U.S. airstrikes in Iraq against ISIS targets. 31-year-old Sotloff disappeared in Syria last year. He appeared at the end of a video last month showing fellow American journalist James Foley being murdered by a militant. And on that tragic note, we end our 6 p.m. update, but we'll be back again at 7 o'clock in the morning. Until then, you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, or like us on Facebook for the very latest news and sports. You can also catch us if you're out and about on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or via Screenplay at supermarkets or at a gas station near you. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fantastic evening, and be first to join Emmanuel Joseph at 7 o'clock in the morning.
This news update is brought to you by